That was a good 2 days of hell. I'm in so much pain. I've been in pain for the last 24 hours with no relief. Besides when I was asleep. Everything hurts so bad. I feel so sick. I'm roasting hot, I have a fever. My nose started bleeding a couple hours ago. I just feel so bad. I feel so terrible. I just wanted to stop. I don't know if I've ever been in this much pain before. These are some of the moments where I think if I close my eyes, will I wake up? Oh God. It hurts so bad. It's been about 2 days? No. Or like a day and a half. I was really super sick, but I slept all day and then I woke up, felt like editing, so I edited that video and then posted it. And then literally within an hour or two later, I probably basically that night was like the worst pain I've ever been in, at least in the way that I was having it. Like, I felt pain as bad, but in other areas. I don't know how to explain it. All I can say is it was painful, and there was no way in hell I was recording a video that day. I was up from 10 p.m. to 1 p.m. the next day, just screaming and crying. And my bedroom is in the garage area of the house because it used to be a big garage and they split it in half and made another room into a room, and that's my room. So everybody else is upstairs. And I couldn't move. I was in so much pain. I was so weak. And I just kept like crying, hoping somebody would hear me. After a couple hours, I was like, alright, I'm gonna get up. So I got up, made it to the kitchen, and just broke down crying. It's like the pain was just so bad. I felt like I was really toxic and herxing or something. Having some sort of die-off reaction. But then I started feeling nauseous and I started having a panic attack, and I eventually went to bed. And then when I woke up, I felt better. And then I went to bed for the night, and now here we are. That was a good 2 days of hell. I try not to say, oh, it can't get worse than this, but my body and my life tends to prove me wrong and show me that, yeah, it can always get worse, which is one of my fears, you know, moving on into the future. It's like there's only so much I can handle at this point. Like, I'm so overwhelmed. I may have even been I can't talk. It just was so much, like, and I'm in pain now. It's just different. This was like, I don't even know. I had a fever, and I went into the bathroom and there was blood dripping out of my nose. So I was like, oh my god. I got a bunch of ice packs, tried to cool myself down. It was just a lot, just too much. And when I'm in that room all alone the entire time, it's like I felt so helpless. You know, this is happening at like 3, 4 a.m. and I'm all alone in the dark, and it was the worst physically and emotionally. I kind of wanted to talk about something because of just the relevance of it to my life currently. I get a lot of messages on Facebook. I have been open about my illness. Usually I regret it because I try not to allow myself to be too vulnerable to others, but you know, obviously I'm giving up all of that because I'm making these videos. So I've received messages about my health, which, you know, sometimes it's like, oh, I'm so sorry for what you're going through, I wish you the best, and sometimes it's full of pure ignorance. Like people saying, blah blah blah, I understand you're sick, but at least you don't have cancer. So, this is something that really drives me crazy, because that's not the first time I've heard that. And you know, I often say myself, or at least I used to say, well, I'm thankful I don't have cancer, but when I really think about it, obviously, cancer kills you a lot quicker than Lyme disease does, you know, depending on what type, you know, how long it took you to find it. I don't know why people think that Lyme disease isn't just as bad as cancer, but if you look up, literally Google, is Lyme disease pain as equal to or worse than cancer? There are tons and tons of articles and blog posts about people sharing their story of having both. But something I noticed people saying is that there are people that have had cancer or have cancer that have said to me, I'm so glad I'm not you. An illness is an illness. I just don't think people understand how debilitating and how painful and how life-altering and how much Lyme disease truly steals from you. I lost my hair. I'm sick every single day. I've lost my appetite. I can't eat. I can't sleep. I feel like I'm going crazy. I don't leave my house because I'm too sick to. It's like the list goes on and on. I don't think people realize that Lyme disease can kill you. It's a disease that spreads and can spread to every single part of your body. Every cell, every organ, every bone and joint and muscle. I don't realize the long-term effects and how it's a lifelong battle, that it's not a competition. People with cancer, they're really sick. People with Lyme disease, they're really sick. People that are sick, and that's it. It's not a competition of who's sicker than who, or who I have to feel bad for more. Because if you're a sick person, you don't want people to pity you. You just want people to be there for you and support you and not think you're crazy. But the thing, in my opinion, that makes Lyme disease worse than cancer, at least emotionally, is that there's not as much support. It's not a disease that is talked about enough. It's not a disease that many people really know or understand about. Even doctors deny that it's even real. It's just so crazy how gaslighted people with Lyme disease get. It took me years to get diagnosed. Like, say somebody loses their arm, you can't just look at them and be like, well, at least you have the other arm. Like, just because something or some people have it worse doesn't mean that your situation isn't shitty or hard to deal with too. So it just stresses me out. Like, I don't know where people get the idea that it's going to make me feel better, that they're saying these things to me when I'm opening up about something really stressful and hard that I'm going through. I'm thankful for every limb on my body. I'm thankful I have 2 working eyes, 2 working ears. I'm very thankful for everything that I have. But that doesn't mean some days I just need people to be there for me and understand that Lyme disease really, really sucks. It just can be really hard having an illness where people only see what's on the outside and they say, oh, you look so healthy, or you're wearing a full face of makeup. You're not sick. I get that so much. Oh, you have time to make your makeup, spend hours doing your makeup, but you can't go out and get a job. I love makeup. It's something I've always loved since I was literally like in preschool. The repetitive act of doing makeup is something that keeps me distracted and keeps me calm and gets me through these really long days where I'm always alone. And then, since a lot of people don't really get Lyme disease or understand it or know what it is, people think you're faking it. No, I should be out on my own doing my own thing, but I'm doing what I can to keep myself alive and keep myself here. And it sucks when you're not getting credit for that, when you feel like you're doing so much, but nobody's really seeing what you're doing. They're just seeing what you're not doing. So when I feel good or have a good day, yeah, I'm going to put on makeup. I'm going to put myself first because I need to do that so I can keep my own identity and still be who I am, even though this illness has taken away most of who I am. Anyways, I'm going to leave it at that because I feel like every video I posted has just been me really not feeling good, and obviously that sucks, but at the same time, I don't want every video to be extremely negative. So if anybody that watches this has any idea of what I should talk about, you know, in regards to illness or Lyme disease or anything at all, comment and let me know. I don't want every video to be super negative and super boring and me kind of just sitting around yapping away. This is kind of my life. So anyways, thank you for watching. It's raining out and I'm just gonna kind of sit here and enjoy the rain.